Hello everybody. In this video, we will try to talk about the deity of Shatabhisha Nakshatra. So, the deity of Shatabhisha Nakshatra is Varuna, the main deity actually. There would be so many deities for a particular nakshatra, but the main deity we discuss first, and then we will also see what are all the other deities can be associated with this particular nakshatra. So, Varuna. Here we are talking about, in the previous video we talked about a circle, ponds, oceans, the circular water bodies, right? Even the sign Aquarius has that word aqua, even though the sign Aquarius is an Aries sign, but it has something related to water as well, right? Because Varuna is lord of the oceans. So Varuna can be seen as the representative deity of the water element in nature, right? So you can see Varuna, the deity of this nakshatra, right, who is related to oceans and water, automatically relates to this particular nakshatra with all kinds of liquids in the physical as well as astral realm. Wherever you talk about water, right? So what kind of water we are talking about? When you talk about Purvashadha Nakshatra, there also we talk about Apa. Apa is water, right? We talk about water there also. But what kind of water you are talking about, when you're dealing with Shatabhisha's energy, right? So the kind of water, right, we are talking about here is all kinds of liquids in the physical as well as astral realm. Varuna, we're talking about Varuna. Varuna, the lord of the oceans. Varuna can be equated with the planet Neptune as it is seen in modern astrology, right? So, generally in Vedic astrology, we don't talk about Neptune, right? But here I'm just telling you how the modern astrologers are interpreting Varuna's energy. They are relating Varuna's energy with Neptune, right? So Varuna, like Neptune, is the lord of the cosmic and terrestrial waters. Whatever the cosmic water or the physical water in the physical plane, the kind of water you see in the astral plane, the kind of water you see in the cosmic plane, whatever water you observe, that all water belongs to this particular nakshatra. So Varuna, even if you observe Varuna's image, the lord of the oceans, always you can see Varuna holding a pot, and this pot contains soma, the preferred drink of the gods. So this particular drink is the heavenly ambrosia, which suggests the idea of rejuvenation and intoxication, right? Soma rasa we talk about, right? So whenever you see Varuna always holds a pot, and in the pot you see that Soma rasa, the heavenly drink that has the idea of rejuvenation and intoxication. So we can easily see that liquids we consume in our day-to-day life produce the same two effects. When you drink some water, you expect some kind of rejuvenation, right? And intoxication, of course, you may not expect. But so in the other hand of Varuna, if you observe one hand of Varuna always holding a pot consisting of Somarasa, in the other hand Varuna is seen holding some medicinal herbs, right? So this is where the 100 physicians related to Shatabhisha energy come into the picture. So this particular nakshatra has a lot to do with healing on all levels of existence, whereas the herbs only signify healing on a physical level, right? So this particular nakshatra Shatabhisha doesn't only it does not only convey the healing capacity in a particular plane. It's not only about physical plane, it's not only about emotional plane, but it is about the cosmic plane. The kind of magical powers right? Whenever you want to attain some magical powers, you use some liquids, right? So there also, and whenever you want to heal somebody, you want to use liquids, right? Let us say a person has undergone through a lot of pains in his life. So you want to relieve the person from the pain. So you use some kind of liquids. Even the somarasa, right, has the idea of rejuvenation and intoxication. It is also a liquid. So healing abilities, whenever you talk about Shatabhisha, you're talking about liquids. You're talking about liquids. You're talking about the Lord of the Oceans, Varuna. You are talking about healing. You're talking about healing, right? You just connect the dots over here. And Varuna is holding a pot, and inside the pot you can see Somarasa. So the idea of magical cures, right? So the kind of curing that Shatabhisha can have is not just by giving some normal medicine in an earthly plane, in a physical plane. You're just giving an allopathic medicine or some kind of liquid, and you're just relieving the person from so and so disease. It doesn't mean that. It is not a simple thing. It is actually related to the magical curing, the magical cure, right? So the idea of magical cures through divine waters, that is what Shatabhisha about, right? So even if you observe several cultures, our everyday glass of water is a vital rejuvenator, right? In the sense that it keeps us alive, right? If you want to be alive, you have to drink some water. Without water, we cannot live, right? So water, we talk about water. Water gives the rejuvenation. Water has the idea of life, right? So oceans have always been seen in the Vedic literature as a repository of herbs which can cure every possible disease. If you go deep down the ocean, you can find some herbs that can cure a lot of diseases. Those are the magical cures. So you're talking about water, all varieties of liquids. You're talking about healing. You're talking about herbs, the magical cures, right? The kind of cure is not just by a normal process. It is a magical process. So some of these herbs that we are talking about came out during the churning of the ocean undertaken by the gods and demons collectively, right? So if you observe the Samudra Manthan story, right, um, where the gods and demons, right, did the churning process, out of which lot of liquids also came out. So even Amrita also came out in this churning process only. So the magical cure through liquids, the magical cure through somarasa, the magical herbs, that is Shatabhisha's energy. If you see this particular energy in the highest level, this particular nakshatra falls under the jurisdiction of Shiva. So when you talk about Rahu's energy, you talk about Shiva, Lord Shiva. So Shatabhisha energy is very much related to Lord Shiva, right? So Lord Shiva, the Lord of the ascetics, right? So Shiva has the rulership of this Aquarius sign, you can say. Aquarius, whenever you talk about Aquarius, you talk about Lord Shiva. And whenever you talk about the sign Capricorn, you talk about Lord Vishnu. So, as we're talking about Aquarius, and Shatabhisha's energy is completely in the center part of this Aquarius sign. So, Shatabhisha has a lot connected with Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva, if you observe, he is the creator of lot of magics. He is the creator of Tantra. All tantric energy originates from Lord Shiva. He was the Adi Yogi, right? He was the master of all tantrics. So you can clearly understand Aquarius, the sign, is completely, it falls under Shiva's domain. So consequently, it carries within itself Shiva's mystical powers, right? Shiva's mystical powers, Shiva's dissoluting nature. Shiva is the owner of dissolution. So the dissoluting nature you can observe in Shatabhisha, the mystical powers you can observe in Shatabhisha. So when you talk about Shatabhisha, you talk about water. You talk about water. It's not just normal water, it can be any kind of liquid. And we're talking about healing, the process of healing. So when Shatabhisha's energy is very much active, you can practice the magical healing, the magical healing, magical powers that can heal the people, right? So healing, magical powers, herbs, and all varieties of liquids. This is Shatabhisha's energy. Thanks for watching this video.